Now, as we transition in, let's talk about this defense. If you have not done so, please hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, as we do have, unfortunately, breaking news here that Jaquan Brisker will not travel with the team due to a concussion. We kind of talked about that a little bit. It was on that big hit on, was it Stevenson was his last name? I'm sorry, guys. I don't keep up with Panthers players like that. I know.
Whoa.
I know that I should do better on that. But no, I mean, like you talk about that big hit that he got. He finished out the game. It felt the entire time like he probably shouldn't have finished out the game. Yeah. But this is a big loss for this defense because now listen, can they survive it? Can they overcome it? Yes. They have DBs everywhere on this team. Right? They do. We've lost 2, gets that right. And you feel like you can go back out there and still be good with your DB room. But it is a loss because Jaquan Brisker is the kind of player that goes out there and puts it all on the line. And what I love about Jaquan's game, what I love about how he plays is a Tremble. Shout out to JG in the building. Yeah, he laid Tremble out, dog. And Tremble did it to himself, essentially.
Exactly. With the head. Yep.
But what sucks about it is, I said this on the pod earlier, like he reminds me of a Ryan Clark kind of player.
Yes.
Like the rules are keeping him safe.
I still like that comparison. Yes.
The rules are keeping him safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you didn't have these rules in place, he would absolutely just be like, I'm going to kill you. I might hurt me, but you're going to die.
Yeah. These car crashes are going to be more
violent. No, it's Tommy and Goodfellas. He said, he said, just when he said, I'm going to bust you over in the head. And when I go to jail, when I come out, and just when you get out of your coma, I'm going to come back and try to get you again. You know why? Because I'm stupid.
No, but Jaquan is a tone setter. And, is it going to be kind of suck? Is it going to suck that he's not going to be in London? Yeah, it's going to suck. But, I mean, that's the reason why I know we're going to get into it. We have so many different phases of this defense that can just dominate. And you have guys that are waiting in the wings to fill in a spot just for a few games or one maybe with, like you said, I was about to say Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens, who's a serviceable safety. We got people all over the place.
Sorry, Mug. Yeah, it's Casino, my fault.
You're in love with Mug.
Well, he was. I quoted the wrong movie. It was Casino.
You said Goodfellas.
You did say Goodfellas. You said Goodfellas. Yeah, it's all right.
Either way, he was still a dog in both movies.
Yeah, he was.
He was still a killer.
Have you ever? Never mind. I'm not going to sidetrack us down that fast. that was about to be a sidetrack. I'll talk about it with you after. There's a scene that when they break down the scene when he kills old girl, and is that Goodfellas when he shoots her?
The girl.
Don't worry about it. I'll show you.
I guess not.
I'll show you after.
I forget.
Don't worry about it.
But I actually brought this stat up in the morning, and I don't know if maybe some of the people in the chat, our fans, have not heard this, but I mean, you break down just how dominant this defense has been so far. They could be the new monsters of the Midway. They are first in fumbles, second in passing touchdowns, third in interceptions, fifth in points allowed, seventh in total passing yards allowed, eighth in sacks, ninth in total yards allowed. He mentioned this earlier, 11 games in a row of 21 or less points allowed. And my very favorite one, only 32 second-half points allowed all season. Defense continues to get better as the game goes along. You love to see it.
Yeah. No, that's great. I mean, we've pretty much been consistent about how this defense is. We're in every game with this type of defense. The issue has been, does the offense finally click? And for the first time in a long time, we might have an actually scary balanced team. I've been saying this could remind me of the Tampa Bay, like the Tom Brady Tampa Bay squad, because it's a shame that Tom got old, because he took over Jameis Winston's squad.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was going back when it was who was the mid quarterback that went to the Super Bowl for the Buccaneers and John Gruden.
Oh, Trent Dilfer.
No.
Yeah.
Trent.
Yeah.
Trent Dilfer.
No.
That's one.
Johnson. Rob Johnson.
Thank you. Brad Johnson.
That's
what I was thinking. I thought Trent was going to go to Brad Johnson.
Yeah, he moved on, and they had Brad. That's when Gruden got there.
But, I thought we was going to take a sip because I thought you were going in the way back machine.
No.
But you kept it more frequent.
No, the Tom Brady, because that was that type of dominant cover 2 type defense with a dominant 4-3, and then they had Gronk, AB plus Mike Evans. and they had Fournette, and I mean they were stacked, and they had a really good offensive line. Well, Jameis was on that squad. And he kept throwing the ball away, and so that team was already built. So Tom just brings two of his buddies over there, and they're off and running.
We're all good.
But we might have a team like this where it's like, and it's growing. Mind you, I still think they're going to rebuild this whole offensive line. It might be one holdover. There might be one holdover from this line next year.
Well, that was one of the things that me and Pat talked about this morning about, the fact that unfortunately Tevin Jenkins has been getting hurt a lot lately.
Yeah.
Maybe Ryan Poles goes a different route with that, but they do need to kind of revamp this offensive line at least starting next year.
I would say this, though, even back to the Brisker thing, you can't get most players aren't going to play all 16 games or 17 games. So if he's out mainly for concussion, then good, he gets some rest. Yeah. So he's out this game, and he'll be out. He'll be back the game after that. So let him rest up. We should be able to beat
our bye week is 7, right?
I think our bye week is after this.
So our bye week is after this week.
So he's going to be fully healed. So
that's probably why that's perfect. He gets a couple weeks off.
So he gets to chill. If they don't come back and beat Jacksonville, I'm sorry. I know that you're saying them getting used to the weather.
I think it'll be a close game. I don't think they lose. I don't think they lose over there because I don't think Jayville's a good team at all. And when you've seen Jacksonville lose, it has been that first week.
Yeah.
Right? When you've seen the second week they're acclimated, the second team comes over, they usually end up beating the second team. Yeah. But that first week I think is where it's dangerous. Here's the main thing though is going over there going to make Trevor Lawrence not turn the football over.
Not at all.
Is going over there going to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's still Trevor.
Yeah.
Is going over there.
Where's the mid defender at?
But the one can't do the defender Trevor sometimes too.
Shout out PK, man.
But no, I just think that this is a situation where it's going to be a closer game than people think. Because if this game is here, the Bears would do Jacksonville, in my mind, how they just did the Panthers.
Yeah. It might be one of those situations where, again, we short field, the dude turns the ball over. We're in a great combining that with Caleb getting better every week with a short field. It's like it's just we might end up scoring. I wouldn't be surprised if we do another 28-point game.
You said short field?
Short field.
Oh,
short.
Hey, Jordan, how are we going to get that short field?
Is there going to be a couple of punts inside the table by Tory Taylor in London? Or maybe another special teams player of the week?
I want some big tutties. That's what I want.
I love big tutties.
All right. I love big punts.
Snap.
I'll throw that on.
Like a lot of room in there?
I'll throw that on myself.
Like a lot of room in there, dude?
Yeah.
Like a lot of room. You like a lot of room on the punt, but you like it real tight at the end. I get what you're saying.
Hey.
I understand what you're saying there.
I'm sorry for all you Tory Taylor fans out there. I messed up on that one.
I think here's what, with
CAP.
with where this defense has shown itself to be, you can feel comfortable going into any game this season. I said this on the Chicago Bears podcast today. I think this is a Super Bowl caliber defense. I think the only thing holding this defense back from being a Super Bowl caliber defense is I don't think this offense is at a level that's going to get you to the Super Bowl. That's it. It's in there. But that's okay. But here's the thing: your window.
Yeah.
Right? How long do great defenses usually last?
About 3 years.
3, 4, 5.
3, 4 years. You know what I mean? And you got to start paying
this
guys.
one a little bit more. We're young.
We got this young guy here. We got Dexter.
They are young, but you got to pay guys.
And he's young.
Yeah,
and then you got to replace guys because you're not going to pay everybody that's on this line.
Yeah, but you can draft eventual replacements of TJ and my man right here.
Darrell Taylor?
No,
Jaquan? Oh, Edmonds.
Edmonds. I mean, the idea is that
Edmonds is still young, technically.
Well, I'm just saying, as they age out at 30, you're drafting replacements eventually. Like you could start to draft offensive linemen and linebackers in the next 1 or 2 years. The time in case these guys age out because they're older. I mean, TJ Edwards and those guys after 28, 29, they're still good. But by 30, that's when you're starting to look at like we got to start planning for the future. Tyreek is young. Jalen Johnson is
he's 24 years old.
He's young.
Absolutely.
Javon's young. But the thing is, back to the point of like what you've been saying about Javon. We have our we got 3 technique.
You got your 3 technique of the future.
We got our guy.
That is a monster, bro. I said I'm ready to start the discourse on this young man being the best of the Jalen Carter and Jaquan Dexter competition.
Absolutely.
Because
not even close.
Because I think there's a difference, right? And Shay brought this up to me today on the pod, and I thought that it's something I didn't think about, right? Jalen Carter only plays passing downs. For real. Jalen Carter is only out there for half the time.
That sucks.
Jaquan Dexter is every down,
everywhere,
every play. Yeah. Now, will Jalen Carter probably have a longer career than Jaquan Dexter? More than likely. Usually when you play every down on that defensive interior, you get a lot more banged up. Injuries start to play a part in your life as you get older and stuff like that. Yeah. Jalen Carter only being out there on passing downs will probably be like an Ndamukong Suh kind of guy that can last out there a lot longer, right? Like you play a lot longer career because of that. But I think that if we're talking about right now, year 2 in, Jalen Carter in a situation that is not ideal is not having the same level of season that Jaquan Dexter is creating a situation for, right? Because you're not in the situation that is now ideal if he doesn't turn into this player.
It's just interesting about what is the scouting. Shout out to King Poles. I still rock with him in the sense that you say
that like somebody here is not rocking.
No. I'm just saying it's for.
He did sound a little defeated.
No,
shout out to King Pose. I still rock with him.
I didn't say that. Shout out to King Pose. My point is that
he did lose a lot of cred because of the line
for 2 weeks,
and stuff like that. So people were jumping off the Poles bandwagon.
You saved that one.
He got that bandwagon in just in time.
No, because to evaluate and to trade that pick, because he was the consensus number 1. Now, then again, that car accident thing really messed him up, right?
Yeah.
So he started to question his character and all those type of things. So it unraveled really quickly. Because who knows? What if they say, yeah, we'll take him, and then it ends up he's not the guy that we expect him to be.
Yeah.
And now we got this first round, bust basically. And to be able to flip that one pick to basically get 5 or 6 players: Tyreek, DJ Moore, Caleb, Darnell Wright. Is there somebody else?
Tory Taylor.
No. Is that pick?
Oh, God.
Off that pick?
It's all that same draft, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got six guys from one. That's a great move.
And you still got one coming.
For one,
still got one coming.
Still got one coming.
Absolutely. Second round.
That'll be our new starting
defensive end.
Our new starting center next year.
Yeah, you probably drafted left tackle first round.
Yeah, you definitely drafted left tackle.
Drafted to left tackle first round. Probably drafted. You might have to. Listen, if you make the playoffs, you might have to package a couple of picks to get up there, though.
Well,
it's not going to be left tackles sitting there that are dominant at the end of that draft.
Yeah, they're going to be in the first round.
No, the Cowboys drafted a late first round guy, right? The left tackle
based off of next year's draft, the left tackles are going to be at the top.
The left tackle market is a little.
Edge rushers and left tackles are going to be at the top of the draft in the first round.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot less. There's going to be a lot less. You're not dealing with the same situation that you had this season.
But no different from how they picked Darnell Wright. Everybody was high on some of the other guys, and it's like, okay, I trusted you like this guy, and he's been pretty good.
Yeah.
No, for
first
sure.
round pick.
The fact that we got our best player Montez Sweat, and we're not tripping over who's playing opposite of him anymore. Like that's not topic of conversation for this defense. Like we got dogs all around the whole entire defense, all around the defense. And to me, like you said, Pat, I was thinking more on this like Super Bowl caliber. Yeah, I think we're there.
I think the defense is. I think the offense has to catch up.
Oh, boy. Yes.
I think the offense has to catch up. And that's where you're supposed to be 5 weeks into the season with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe they do. Maybe Caleb is good enough that by the end of this season, he's on a bit of a heater. He's figured it out. He's figured out, this guy sucks. I got to watch this side of the line, right? Up, this guy sucks too. Basically, just watch everybody. But I think that, like the thing that you can hang your hat on is you have these guys, even in a situation right like this where Jaquan Brisker not traveling with the team to London, which sucks, right? But you're in a situation right now where you've got a guy who can go out there and make plays and still be an impact player who has started in this NFL in Jonathan Owens. You've got guys that you can back up on this offensive or in this DB unit, right? You've got those that linebacker room already solidified to the point where you got guys scared out there when they
Very
catching the
scared.
football.
Oh,
You
Edmonds.
got guys making a football decision when they sitting there looking at Tremaine Edmonds coming across the middle. Yeah, I mean, they must say, "Hey, hold on now, brother. Now we breathe a little bit. Just let that fall there." You've got a defensive line that's consistently getting near the quarterback and creating pressure. You've got a defensive tackle in the middle in Jaquan Dexter, who's constantly creating pressure up the middle, very similar to what we saw out of him in training camp. So I think you have all the pieces in place for you to go into this game and feel good about this Jaguars defense surviving London and how good this Bears defense is moving forward.
Hey, guys. Why you look like you about to pass gas, Joe?
Well, I was just looking at these sack numbers,
What's going on?
No, I was just looking at the sacks. Wait, defense sack. Okay. We're like number 11 in terms of sacks, right? At 14. The Giants have 22 sacks on the year so far.
Here,
the Vikings have 20. The Broncos 19, but the Seahawks 17, Green Bay 16. We already played the Houston Texans, the 49ers 15, and the Commanders 15. So we're playing at least 4 of those squads that has some presence in terms of defense. So I mean, the Vikings, we got to play them jokers twice. We play the Seahawks at the end of the year. Now, hopefully they may not be the same team by the time Week 17 comes. But we got Green Bay, so we have some formidable defenses still coming up. And the Washington Commanders is in like 2 after Jacksonville. Isn't it Washington or is it Arizona? I think it's Washington.
After Jacksonville is Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
After the bye week.
Yeah, you get the bye and then you get Washington.
So we gotta watch out. This is where some of the test is coming. So this defense, man. I mean, I hope for us to click. I'd like to see Booker, for example, really take off. I like the fact that we have a rotation. That's what I've been saying too. I like Montez has been kind of quiet. I guess those injuries are starting to kind of it's bothering
It's
him.
not even that. I think he's just getting either double teamed.
He's the one that's getting the pressure. When I see you and you the dude that's killing us, that's why Javon's cooking right now.
Right, because
I'm focused on you.
It's the Adewale Ogunleye, Jason Taylor thing. Or the idea is that he's gonna go off. Because it's still a law of averages. You only get so many sacks a game. So if he's a 10-sack guy, there's 2 sacks coming.
Well, and eventually teams are going to adjust. Teams are going to go, we kind of where is more times than not pressure going to kill you more often?
Yeah.
It's the pressure up the middle.
Yeah.
That means teams are going to have to make a decision with how Billings and how Dexter are rushing up the middle.
Yeah.
All right, we got to stop them. If we stop them, maybe we can win. What that's going to do is put Montez on an island. And I think I'm probably the only person in the world that feels this way. But I believe that pressures lead to more big play opportunities than sacks do.
Shout out to Mario.
Because what does a sack do? I grab the quarterback, I wrap him up, he loses 10 yards.
Yeah, it stops him.
Right? Stops him in that moment. You have to have timely sacks.
I see what you're saying.
The Chicago Bears are winning as far as getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Putting pressure on the quarterback puts our DB unit and our linebackers in a great situation. And it doesn't mean quarterbacks aren't getting hit. Andy Dalton was getting his butt whooped yesterday by Jaquan Brisker.
We had 10
quarterback hits.
I think he had 10 hits or something like that.
4.
Or 4. We had 10 total quarterback hits.
Yeah.
But you're and QB hits don't count after the ball is out, not just boom.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
and Jaquan Dexter got him with a couple of those yesterday, right?
Yeah.
The pressure to me causes mistakes to happen that lead to you getting the football and going the other way.
Yeah.
And I think that to me, I love sack numbers. It's great to see sacks. I would love to have a team that is sacking the quarterback all the time. But to me, you get more opportunities to make good things happen for your defense if you get the pressure on the QB, make him make a tough decision, and then that ball gets into the hands of one of your DBs.
And that's
to me, what a sacks you're going to need them most is the Jordan Love games. You probably need it in the Brock Purdy games, right? You still need to have those numbers, but I'm not that worried about having sacks against Andy Dalton and stuff like that because the pressure is good enough to kill him.
Right. No doubt. I mean, that's the main thing is that this defense we have is always in the game and is creating those turnovers. We are very consistent with getting turnovers every game.
Yeah.
And that's all you ask for.
I haven't looked this up yet. I don't remember the last game we didn't have multiple turnovers.
Since Eberflus?
No. I'm saying like it happened last season. We had but I don't remember if it's like early in the season. Like I think it's pre-Montez Sweat getting here.
Oh yes, yeah.
The last time we didn't have multiple turnovers.
No, yeah, we're clicking
in a
now.
game.
Yeah, last year, no, it was definitely after we were scratching to get like an interception. No, you know what? Because Jalen kept dropping some of them. Remember?
Jalen was dropping
Kept
a lot
hitting
of
his
them.
hands.
Jalen was dropping.
Is it the game before? What is?
It was before the Washington game.
Before the Raiders game, it would have to be.
Mm.
So whoever we played before the Raiders game, I think that is probably the last time that we didn't have multiple interceptions.
Yeah, well, they're clicking now. So we want to move on to
we can finish it off, man. Hopefully this defense is able to stand up the test of time and they stay healthy.
Oh, they will.
That's the most important thing. Staying
We hope.
healthy out there. Let's finish the show off here with the best and worst of the weekend.